What's happening, Facebook friends? This is Justin over the Transformation Club, and I wanted to kind of follow up. I did a video the other day about mental faculties, the most powerful one being imagination, and being able to see yourself in possession of your goal, or see yourself successful and happy, healthy, and fit, and then moving towards that. And the next one I want to talk about, actually, kind of the part two of this, is a mental faculty called the will. Now, most people think of willpower, and to me, that's just, we got it all wrong there. If you actually look up the definition, I picked it up here for Google. This basically, willpower is defined as control exerted to do something or restrain impulses. Most of our bad habits are due to laziness or lack of willpower. And that just kind of gives me a negative vibe. I don't know about you, but it's also, there's this concept of willpower. There's a lack of understanding around it. So basically, your will actually gives you power. Okay, it gives you the power to take those ideas, those images, and move them forward through focus. And that's essentially what will is. I mean, will is basically your ability to focus. And when you can focus on one thing, you can focus on anything. I mean, that's how will is so important that when Kennedy asked Wernher von Braun, the father of the space era, space travel, what would it take to carry build a rocket and carry a person to the moon and bring them safely back? His answer, Wernher von Braun's answer, was the will to do it. That's really what it takes, the will to do it, the focus to do what needs to be done. So really the issue is that most people, it's not that they lack willpower, it's that they lack focus. You know, it's like my dog Badger, like a squirrel, you know, they just easily are distracted, right? So I mean, you think about the power of focus. I want you to think of this for a second. You go outside, a beautiful sunny day, and you feel the warmth, right? You feel the sun, it feels great. Now you take a big old magnifying glass, you will literally burn a hole right through you, okay? That's taking those sun's rays, the sun's power, and focusing it. And that's what the will does. The will allows you to take that idea that you conjure up in your imagination and focus that energy into creating, manifesting what it is that you imagine in the real world. You know, that's what allows people to, you know, lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, like for example, for our challenge, okay? So what do you do though when you have a weak will? Okay, so not so much lack of willpower. Let's not go there. Let's talk about a weak will. Your will is like a muscle. It's a mental muscle, just like your imagination is a mental muscle. And you develop, you know, we have perfect imagination, will, focus. You know, other mental faculties are, you know, memory. We have a perfect memory. We just need to exercise the memory. We have intuition. So we have all these different, you know, mental faculties or mental muscles. And just like imagination, as I mentioned in the video the other day, it kind of gets suppressed when we're young. We have this wild imagination, but then we're told to pay attention and focus and, you know, not goof around. And you know, you tell a kid 2, 3, 4 times, you punish him for having a wild imagination a few times. Before you know it, he's just going to stop having a wild imagination. Same thing with will. If we don't exercise our will, so if I don't exercise this bicep, it's not going to stay strong. It's not going to get big, right? So to exercise your will, that's what you need to do. So a great exercise I got from a mentor, Bob Proctor, many years ago. Sounds goofy, but you know, if I'm sitting in a chair and I pick a spot on the wall, I just go ahead and draw a dot on the wall, for example. If you have something on your wall, put a nail on the wall or something, and if you just stare at that, you focus on that spot, and try to do it for upwards of 3 to 5 minutes. Now you will flash off, you know, whether you look away or you think away, you will not be able to stay focused probably for more than a few seconds, most people when they first start this. It's okay. Every time you do that, you just come right back. You can do this. I've heard Bob say, do it with a candle. You can light a candle and like just, you know, become one with the flame. And as you know, lose focus and start thinking about other things, bring yourself back. It's basically just like meditation, right? And essentially what meditation is, right? So now we want to be able to just develop that focus. And when you develop your ability to concentrate on something, you work that mental muscle of will, you will then be able to apply that into other areas of your life. So yes, staring at a flame or staring at a spot on the wall, you're developing the mental muscle of will, the ability to focus on something, and that will help you become more focused on everything in your life. So if you lack focus, if you lack will, if you find yourself, you know, squirrel, losing attention, you know, weight loss, you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to train, you go a couple days and then you stop. You know, you focus on your nutrition for a couple days and then you stop. You just can't seem to stay on track with something. Don't look at it as I lack willpower. It's I haven't developed the mental faculty called will, which is about taking the image and focusing it and then making it happen. So hopefully that is helpful. Have a great day. As always, have faith, take action.